Show. 1 hour, 101.
Down on me. Looks like everybody in this whole round world. Down on me.
Is he liberally conservative or conservatively liberal?
This isn't you.
Probably depends on how much Nicorette he's chewed.
Yeah, I know.
From Fox News, the immensely entertaining Tucker Carlson is on the line.
I've missed you, Tucker. It's been about 3-4 weeks since I've talked to you, and I miss you, buddy.
Bubba, I have missed you. Where have you been?
Well, I've been, you like to fly fish and do all various things. I've been out racing with my son in Indiana and Alabama and all sorts of places. So we're back now for a while. How you doing?
That is so cool. You've actually been racing?
Yeah, well, my son has. I've been crew chiefing. Me and Dan Atwell and my buddy Mike Tidwell, we've been out crew chiefing. But yeah, been doing the kid deal.
That is so cool. How old is he?
He's 7. He placed 3rd out of 25 in Indy, and he placed. He did pretty well out of 50. Well, he qualified 13th out of 55 in Alabama. So
that's crazy.
So
it's unbelievable.
What have you been doing?
I've been all over the country. I've been raising money for this site that we're starting, and I've been up in Maine with my family. I did a little fly fishing. I was out in Wyoming for a week, picking my son up at camp, and
now what is
enjoying myself.
Have you officially named the site? Have you guys settled on a name?
It is called the Daily Caller.
The Daily Caller.
The Daily Caller.
.com.
.com.
And
we are not up yet. We'll be up this fall.
This fall. Coming soon. The Daily Caller.
Coming soon to a computer near you.
Now, besides Tucker Carlson, who else are some of the movers and shakers?
Well, all kinds of people.
I tell you what, I interviewed a guy that I know you know, and I hope that you like the guy. Because I at first, when I watched the guy on TV, a little too conservative for me, and, I was like, eh. But, man, he's a man's man. Like Brent, Tuck, when we watched him on TV back in the day, and he was, before we got to know him, he had the bow tie, and I'm like, whatever. That guy with the 70s hair that was always giving my boy the Raging Cajun.
Carville.
Yeah, Carville. I always like, Carville's my boy. Who's this nerd trying to give my boy James Carville a hard time? But then I've just affectionately fallen in love with Tucker, non-homosexual. Well, I could say, Tucker, that, my affection for you has a little competition now because I had Joe Scarborough on the phone, and I really like that guy.
Isn't he a good dude?
I really like that guy. Really.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
He's a football coach.
He's a really good guy.
Anytime a guy is coaching baseball, his kids' baseball, and the members of the church are maybe not wanting their kids to play on the team because he cusses too much, that's my kind of guy.
Yeah, well, that's Joe Scarborough. And he's smart as hell, and I actually really like his morning show. I think MSNBC is almost exclusively crap, but I think his show is excellent.
I think
Willie Geist, did you ever see Willie on the show?
Yeah, Willie's really good.
Well, Willie was one of your guys. Willie worked.
Willie was. He was one of my producers, and Willie is one of the great people of all time. Willie is one of the very few people in all of television who's a decent person.
He is really cool.
Now, see, I'd love to have this show. Now, Tucker's going to get mad at me, and you could not put these people together in a room, but if you could, it'd be magic. Tucker Carlson, Joe Scarborough, Keith Olbermann, and Willie Geist on a 4-person round. I mean, because, Brent, there's all different shapes and sizes in that room.
Yeah, but wait a second. Which of those is not like the other?
Keith is the odd man out.
Well, Keith, obviously.
He's just such a... you wouldn't... I mean, I think I've told you this before. You would not like Keith Olbermann.
So let me ask you a question.
Well, I met Keith Olbermann.
Now, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you think, as much as I didn't like Joe Scarborough until after I got to know him, and now I've reversed, and I love the guy, so you think it would be the same reaction but opposite? Because I think I love Olbermann, but you think as soon as I got to know him, I wouldn't like him?
No, I don't think that. I know it for a fact. I know it for a fact.
Why do you say that?
Because Keith Olbermann basically only exists on TV. Like, you watch I think he's a pretty talented guy, less than he used to be, but, he's a pretty talented newsreader, for instance. That's his best moment in life, is when he's on camera.
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Well, a lot of people, even Howard says the same thing about himself.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are like that.
Me
but
too.
It depends how bad you are off camera. He's just like
hold
the
on.
most unhappy, neurotic, weird, has all kinds of strange food allergies.
Yeah, but those are the geniuses of society. People like that are the Howard.
No, but he's actually not a genius at all.
Oh, he is
he's
too.
like above average in intelligence, but not a genius at all. Totally pompous.
He writes his own stuff. He writes his own stuff, Tucker.
That's totally a crock. I've worked there. He writes some of it, yeah. But so does everybody. I mean, I wrote my own show.
Well,
I was a writer. I mean, why wouldn't you write your own show? He brags about it. Oh, I write my own show. No, yeah, he writes some of it. He also has a lot of really smart producers, some of whom I know and like.
Let me ask you a question. Who's bona fidely smarter, you or Keith Olbermann?
Well, I can tell you who's less pompous. Me.
Who knows more?
I mean, Keith Olbermann is moderately smart.
Who's more smarter, Keith Olbermann or Joe Scarborough?
Oh, Joe Scarborough is way smarter than Keith Olbermann.
I tell you one thing.
Kidding?
You don't understand, Tucker. I love that guy, and you know what? Second to you, because you're the all-time political pundit / quasi-TV guy. You're number one. But, man, the fans loved him. It's like, man, you should do Joe on one day and Tucker on the other because they're awesome. They're different, but yet similar. They're guys that are on TV that you wouldn't know are this cool off the air. And the people and the fans loved them.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. He's got a radio show in New York.
Yeah. But he needs
and it's good. I mean, he's just funny as hell, and he's a good guy. He's a totally good guy.
Did you guys
really funny?
Did you guys ever hang out? Now, when you were at MSNBC, did you ever hang out with anybody privately or no?
Yeah, Scarborough.
Okay, so that was your boy.
Scarborough lives about 2 blocks from me in D.C. I mean, and that's not an exaggeration. Literally 2 blocks.
When are you going to get my boy James Carville on? I've been asking you for 3 years to get me the Raging Cajun. I love that guy.
I talked to James the other day. I'll give you a cell. Just have Frank call me, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you an email.
I don't know he's got a CNN contract. I don't know if that prevents him from doing it.
Probably not.
No. Actually, CNN doesn't have any issues with that.
They don't care.
No.
The only ABC / Disney
is the only people that have the issues with us is Disney.
How about my girl? Now Joe, he has daily interaction, one-on-one crosstalk with my girl, Contessa. Oh my God.
Did you ask him about her?
Oh, yeah, and then he embarrassed me. He's like, I'll put her on right now. I was like, I get all locked up. I start vaporing on that point. And I was like, no, don't, Joe. Seriously, don't. He's like, I'll put her on right now. You don't got balls. You're not the man. You're all.
You really think she's the best looking anchor?
Yes.
I think Tamron Hall's the best looking anchor on MSNBC.
That's who you like. I like that darker hair, brunette, conservative, come home to daddy, leave it to Beaver kind of deal.
And so you thought that Mrs. Cleaver was hot.
No, I don't. But Contessa Brewer could play June Cleaver all day in my world. I'll be Ward.
See, I thought June Cleaver was fantastic.
Did you ever?
Really did.
Did you ever? To June?
Was she in my PMR? No.
What's your PMR?
Personal Conservatory Rolodex.
Oh, nice. Who was? Growing up, Tucker, you're about my age. Who was in your PMR?
Can't remember.
You're such a liar. My PMR was a girl named Dana Hollerbrant. I was a sophomore and she was a senior. Her dad was a dentist, and Jill Bolesky. Those were my 2 girls that were in my PMR, and I used to have their senior pictures thumbtacked up in my bunk bed on one of the slats, and I'd look at them and just PMR the night away.
Wow, whatever happened to her?
And I had a PMR towel, too, that I had hidden, that I thought I had hidden, but I'm sure my mom knew where it was. But it was so stiff that it could stand up on its own.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you have a PMR towel? Don't lie.
No, that's disgusting.
Why do you try to hang me out? You're the one that brought PMR up, and now I'm the bad guy.
I didn't bring it up. I guess I did bring it up.
Yeah, you brought the term. That's my new term now, PMR, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to steal it from you. So I bring up you bring up the topic of PMR. I take it to the next level. What all men have is PMR towels, and then all of a sudden you've hung me out to dry,
so to speak.
So what else you got going on, kid? Tell me about what you think.
Well, I woke up really early this morning and did a Fox show on Ben Bernanke.
Why don't you let us know so that we can watch it live and analyze you?
That's probably a good point. Because when I talk about Ben Bernanke, it's not really my strong suit.
You know what though? That brings me to a very important point.
Have you seen the stock market?